Hello, everyone. Glad you're back. Don't forget, having coffee with Cullotta. Don't forget to buy a fucking cup or else the thumbs. Remember, buy the cup. Not a trut. It's a love letter. Enjoy this segment. God bless.
Cullotta, Cullotta, grab your favorite brew. Ask a question, he'll answer it for you. The Mafia, the Mafia, the Mafia, the Mafia. You better hit prescribe if you know what's good for you. Drinking a cup of coffee with Frank Cullotta. He'll tell you a lot. He's Frank Cullotta.
Okay, so Frank, were there any other members of the Hole in the Wall gang that you've never told us about?
Yeah, there was a few guys. I never considered them members, associates. All right, a lot of people would say members, but that's okay. There was this kid Jimmy. I don't want to say his last name. He's legit. You know, he lives in Chicago now. He knows I'm talking about him. Stand-up guy, stand-up tough kid, very tough. And then there was Joe Blasko. That would have been the only time other than Bertha's, he would have been an associate, and I didn't fill him in. Tony filled him in. And then there was this Pete. He knows who I'm talking about. He was a friend of Herbie Blitztein's, if that clarifies it there, Pete. I didn't like Pete. I never liked Pete. Pete wound up in Vegas with Herbie. Herbie brought him. Hurt knew Pete. He knew Pete's mother. It's a long story. I don't want to go into Pete's childhood or anything like that. I don't like Pete. So Pete starts stealing in Vegas. So one day, Tony and I were sitting down in where you're looking at that picture right there now. And my lounge it wasn't my lounge. It was called My Place Lounge. Well, it was called My Place. It was the tavern we all hung in. And right next door was my pizza joint, the Upper Crust. So Tony and I are sitting in the booth. We're having some cocktails. So we're talking about robbing in general. So Tony says to me, he says, you know, Pete's, you don't like that kid Pete too much, do you? And I said, actually, no, Tony, I don't care for him. I said, there's something about the kid that I don't know. He's arrogant. He said, listen, he said, why don't you take him on a few scores with you? He says, so he gets to realize that he's got to kick in money to me. He said, I don't want to tell him, you know. He says, you know, like a percentage. I said, sort of like we're doing, right? He said, yeah. I says, all right. I said, bring it to him. I said, or tell Herbie. He said, well, you tell Herbie. He said, I don't want to look like it's coming through me. So the next time I seen Herbie, I told Herbie, I said, listen. I said, that kid Pete, I know he's stealing out or with some other guy by himself. He's more than welcome to steal with us guys, if he cares to. I said, we get a lot of tips, a lot of information. Herbie said, oh yeah, he'd love to. So we took Pete on a burglary one time, and we locked up pretty good. This guy named was Tony Washington. We robbed him, and we got a bike. We made a lot of money. We made him like 90,000. The guy run an escort service and a jewelry store, and we burglarized his house. And we took Pete on the score. So after the score, I told Pete, everybody else knows, as you do realize that we take 20% off the top, and 20% goes to Tony. And he says, no, but he says, I'm in for it. And I said, okay, I just want you to know. I don't know what you've been doing, but that's what we do. He says, and I says, and in the future, you're going to have to start doing that. He said, no problem. So I filled Pete in on that score. So I took the 20% off the top. When I give it to Tony, I explained to Tony that this kid understood. As I said, I didn't like this kid. I didn't trust him. And I had a problem with this kid, Pete. Maybe a few months later, he didn't show me this robbery. It was a Persian rug store. I could guarantee you he never showed me this burglary. There's no reason for me to fucking lie. I'm sitting in my restaurant talking to Leo, my wife. No, she wasn't there yet. And the door opens and Pete walks in the door and he says, can I talk to you outside? And I said, sure. I had no idea what I was walking into. So I went outside with him. standing right where that says dive. There was a trash can there. So we start talking. Joe Blasko's standing there. Thinking, what the fuck is Joe Blasko doing there? So he said, did you rob that Persian rug joint? I said, what are you talking about? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. He said, you know the robbery I showed you? And it wasn't dawn on me what's going on here. He said, Joe, I'm telling you, I told him about that Persian rug store, and he did it. I looked at Joe. I said, this guy's fucking lying to you. I said, this motherfucker's lying to you. He probably robbed the store himself. Is taking the weight off himself because he didn't fill you in. He told you about it and fill you in. With that, the kid charged me. As he charged me, we were standing wherever them blocks are, them car things, and he pushed me back into it, and I fell backwards. So he landed on top of me because I tripped over him. And when he landed on top of me, I reached up with my face, and I put my lips on his cheek, and I bit down into his cheek. I was going to rip his cheek off his face. And he's screaming, my cheek, my cheek. Motherfucker, I was biting as hard as I could. So they pull us off. They pull him off of me and me get up. And I said, you're a lying little son of a... And I went after him. So they pull us apart. So we're standing there and I'm screaming at him. And I'm telling Joe, this guy's a liar. At that, I give him a punch. He flew into the parking lot. I went after him. He was going down. They grabbed me. They pulled me off of him. He regained his consciousness and charged me. As he charged me, I flung him on the hood of the car. Joe Blasko grabbed my hand. I was just starting to punch him. Grabbed my hand, and I had him by his throat with the other hand. Leo and Ernie come in. They pull us apart. I was on the guy. I looked in the lot. I seen a guy standing at the far end of the lot. I didn't know who he was. I said, what'd you do? Bring backup with you little pussy? So that Joe Blasko grabs feet and they take off. I said, I'm not done with this motherfucker, I said. I knew where Tony was. I said, I'm not done with this guy at all. So Ernie said, what are you going to do? I said, take a ride with me. I went to Vince Spilotro's house. I knew Tony was there. Vince come out. What's up? I said, tell your brother I want to see him. Tony come out. He said, what's up? I told him what took place. He says, that little son of a bitch, he should have known better. He knows you're with me. I said, Tony, I had him, but they pulled me off him. I'm not done with this guy. I want to top him. He said, you can't do it, Frankie. What do you mean I can't do it? I said, you got no business. I said, I'm going to take care of it. No, you can't. You'll start a war. I start a war. And then he went on to tell me something that's very personal, and I can't repeat it on TV. But you know what I'm talking about, Pete. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I said, you got to back off. And I says, all right, Tony, only because of that reason. Only because of that reason. Now, I didn't tell Ernie, but Ernie had it in his mind that we were going to finish this. So he called Blasko 3 days later, acting like he was Joe Blasko's friend. Joe Blasko immediately called Tony and says, I know what they're up to. They're trying to make it like nothing happened. He says, I know they're going to come out to kill us. You got to stop it. But Tony gets a hold of me and tells me. I said, that's not true, Tony. The guy's being paranoid. I said, I told you I wasn't going to go after Pete because of what you told me. I said, but I'm never going to forget it. Disrespect. He lied because he's a lying little rat bastard. I don't like you, Pete, and I never will like you. Just happened to be that one of my viewers is a friend of his son's. That's why I'm bringing up your name. You got good boys, from what I understand. That's probably the only thing you did good in life. And that's the end of Pete. And then, I got to tell you what this rat bastard did too. Tony says he wants to make a peace with you. What does he want to do? He's got some walkie-talkies he stole. He wants to give them to you. I said, we got some. He said, take them. They're good. They're Motorola's. He said, take them. Make the kid feel good. I said, all right. The kid calls me. I said, yeah, I'll take them. I take the walkie-talkies. I couldn't get the crystals to work. Something was wrong with them. So I sent them back to Chicago. I'm not going to tell you who I sent them to. The guy got them. It just happened to be the guy he knew who worked on Motorola's. The guy said these were stolen from an Air Force base somewhere. He says they're military crystals that are in them. He says, I'll trade them. These walkie-talkies for them, if you'd like. Good. I figured I'm getting stolen walkie-talkies for some legitimate walkie-talkies. I trade. 2 weeks later, my house gets burglarized. To this day, I believe that Pete told Sal. Sal told the feds. The feds told the local. They sent somebody over my house. This is confusing to people. Burglarized my house. Seen that hot furniture, stolen furniture in my house. Found the walkie-talkies in my closet. Thought they were the walkie-talkies that were stolen out of theirs. No, it's our first base. This is fucked up, this story. And it all came back to me. All came back to me through this little piece of shit, Pete. That I got arrested for stolen property, stolen walkie-talkies, all because I listened to all these jagoffs. So you see the shit I went through? That's a fucking man I am. All this shit. Victim of circumstances. Hey, I'm no angel. But man, I surrounded myself some real jagoffs. And that's the end. I'm getting mad even talking about it. So let's go somewhere else.